Hi everybody, how are you? This is Mike Andrew, once again providing a short video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. I did a video recently about integrity. I mentioned that ultimately I believe that leadership is about consistently achieving results and doing so with integrity. Well, quite a few people wrote to me about integrity. Integrity seems to have struck a chord with so many people. We all want to believe that we have integrity, and most of us do. But there are times demonstrating integrity can be really tough, particularly when you have to stand on principle that goes against what other people are thinking and feeling. And that's when true integrity comes into play. To me, it's not that I'm an expert in integrity, by no means, but like you, I know integrity, we know integrity when we see it. I would say it's about walking the talk, meeting your commitments, doing the right thing as it applies to principle and ethics and values and so forth. There's a book that I wrote called The Greatest Leader He Ever Saw. It's about character. It's about character-based leadership. And one of the lessons in the book that I describe is that integrity, humility, and treating people with dignity are the foundations of effective character-based leaders. I remember there was a movie that came out many years ago, and the main character in the movie was striving to be great. He wanted to be famous. He wanted to be great. And there was a woman who he greatly respected and was looking after him. And finally, at the end of the movie, this one person did something really, really great for the greater good, for the community. And she came up to him afterwards and she said, "I knew you had it in you all along." And he said, "Greatness?" She said, "No, it's better than that, goodness." And in that context of the movie, that was integrity. Let me give some examples. You know, I once worked for a company where they strongly implemented the bell curve, when it came to performance reviews, meaning 75% of the people in the company had to get rated a 3 out of 1 to 5. They had to get rated a 3, which is in the middle. And who wants to get rated a 3? Nobody. And 15% were rated a 2, which was a better rating, and 5% were rated a 1, which was the best rating, and the other 5% were rated 4 or 5, and they had to be dealt with. But here's the thing, the 75% of the people that were rated a 3, the company would say, "It means you're doing a good job, you're doing your job, you're meeting your expectations," but no one wants to believe that. But here's what the company did. Those that got rated a 3 got 100% of the bonus. 100%. It was not punitive. Those that got rated a 2 only got 5% more. 5% more bonus. In my opinion, immaterial. Those that got a 1, deservedly so, got a noticeably higher increase in the bonus. I witnessed a situation once, it actually was the same company, where one of our vice presidents, there was one more rating of 2 left to be given in his organization, 2 being the second highest rating, where most people got a 3. And the big boss said, "You have one more 2 to give. It's either you or so-and-so," one of his employees, who, by the way, was just a hard worker, very impressive young guy. And this vice president, who was getting ready to retire just a few months down the road and wanted that extra 5% bonus, gave himself the 2 at the expense of this young, hardworking guy. And the hardworking guy came to me. He was all upset, and I talked to him a little bit, and I basically told him that in the end, you'll be okay and you will win. Well, 3 months later, he was out the door with an incredible job offer, and this vice president gave himself the 2. To me, complete lack of integrity. There's a situation back in 1995 in Lowell, Massachusetts. A manufacturing plant, a textile manufacturing plant, burnt to the ground in December, about 2 weeks before Christmas. And the owner, who was so devoted and loyal to his employees, a little over 3,000 of them, decided to pay them all full-time salary for the next 3 months and cover their medical insurance for the next 6 months until they regrouped and began to rebuild the plant integrity. And that story it was a famous story in the Massachusetts area. Anyway, I just wanted to give some perspective on integrity, because integrity really seemed to have hit a chord in a previous video. I'm not an expert, but we all know it when we see it. And I think we all believe we have integrity, or we strive for integrity, even though we're not perfect at it. And so thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.